Dear student, today I am going to teach you about the condition of agriculture sector during the colonial period. As you know that India was predominantly an agrarian economy. It means near about 85% of the Indian population direct and indirectly related to the agriculture, and agriculture was the main source of livelihood. Just like a present time, most of the like the present time absence of the modern industry, they were compelled to work in the field and related activity, just like a cattle herding and agriculture and allied sector. Second, production of food crops rather in a greater extent. Our forefathers used to produce food grains rather than cash crops in the colonial period. They assume that due to the shortage of market or organized market, they were they were compelled to use the mixed or substitute farming. What they believe that whatever product is produced in the agriculture sector are for self consumption. Again, there were again shortage of organized market, just like a mandis and the agricultural market for selling their product. So this resulted also compelled them to consume whatever they produce, and whatever they need will be produced in the field. Again, they used labor intensive technique. As you know that we have the two types of technique. One is the labor intensive technique and another one is capital intensive technique. Labor intensive technique uses more labor and the production is slow and the production is low as well as, whereas in capital intensive technique machineries and these were used, and the production is little bit fast and agricultural output is also is good. And feudalism in agriculture, the agriculture sector is direct controlled by two areas. Now one is the zamindars, directly and indirectly by the government. First of all, government impose a very high rate of taxes to the farmer. Again again the zamindar exploit them very much. For example, if a government ask a farmer to pay 1 lakh rupees as a tax for 1 year, the zamindar used to collect 5 lakh rupees and keep the 4 lakh rupees of in his pocket, and 1 lakh is deposited to. This is called the feudalism in agriculture. And now subdivision of land holding. The in European and other countries, you will find the land holdings are very big, or you can say the farms are of 1,000 acres and 2,000 acres. But Indian farmers are marginal farmers; they have the very scattered and small piece of land. It is because of the division of land into as a ancestral property or father's property. Just in present time also, if a farmer having the 4 son, his whole of the land is equally divided into 4 parts. But this is resulted in the sub small land holdings. Another problem is the unemployment and underemployment or disguised unemployment. As you know that a farmer cannot a farm or agriculture sector cannot provide employment for 365 days. Out of 365, few days they remains employed in the agriculture sector for cropping and harvesting and so many other purposes, but mainly they remain underemployed, and they have nothing to do in the off seasons or out of the work. Now why there was a exploitation, yeah, causes behind stagnation of Indian agriculture. There were some causes. First causes was the tax system. As you know, there were two types of tax system. One is the direct from British government, and the second one is from the jamindar. And there were three types of taxes imposed on the farmer, that is the jamindar used to collect the tax, that is jamindari system. According to mahal, if the taxes are imposed, that is called the mahalbari. And according to ryot and mahal are same but name different in the different states. Now again, the revenue collected by jamindar were uh, collected very much and little deposited to the farmer. And if a farmer could not pay the taxes, the land of the farmer will be seized. Second, commercialization of agriculture. Now when the colonial period started, they require raw material for their British industries. They require a cotton, just like a indigo, just like a jute, and these were collected. And now for these raw material, now cash crops, oh sorry, these cereals or grains were replaced by cash crops. As a result, there was a introduction of plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture, very big piece of land is used for a same type of crop, that is you can say 1,000 acres of the land is used for cotton cultivation and indigo cultivation. This is called plantation. The plantation agriculture is not introduced for the benefit of the Indian farmer, rather than supplying raw material to the Indian industry. Again, they exploit the farmer for collecting these raw material at a very cheaper rate. And they were compelled to sell their produce to the Britisher at a very cheaper rate. Again, the third point is the partition of our country. As you know that in the 1947, our country is divided into two parts. One is the Pakistan and another one is India. The fertile land of Sindh, Punjab, Balochistan went in the hand of Pakistan. They were Indus Valley, or you can say very fertile land. So there was a shortage of food grains till 1960 or 65 from independence, from 1947. And you might have read that in 1943 there was a very much big famine in Bengal only. Millions of the people lost their life due to the shortage of the food. So there was a completely exploitation in the agriculture. Now in the next class I will teach you about the condition of industrial sector during the colonial period. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.